Welcome, everyone. I am Leroy Truth for Leroy Truth Investigations.
I am Leroy Truth for Leroy Truth Investigations, because the truth matters. I am Leroy Truth.
And who is this woman with the big giant mouth? Oh, that's right. She plays a reporter on TV. She plays make-believe. She plays that she's a journalist. Now, Alicia Barrera, and that will have much bearing the rolling of the R's. She's the one that totally throws Carolina under the bus here. So let's do a play-by-play on this report on the egregious viole. I have to use those terms, otherwise they ban this, what you're watching here. So, egregious that many of you seen.
A Fort Worth police officer is at the center of an investigation following allegations of excessive use of force.
Okay, so far so good. Her name is Meredith Land. She's on X at Meredith NBC 5. Okay, so people are wondering, okay, what is this about? Let's see. Excessive use of force. Is the woman innocent? Did she deserve it? Let's see.
A woman was sent to the hospital for injuries she sustained during her arrest early Sunday morning.
During her arrest, they didn't say that she did nothing wrong, that she was simply recording. So people are going to assume she deserved to be arrested, and she's just a complainer. She's just a whiner. They haven't shown yet, they will, but they haven't shown her injuries. They should have shown them right off the bat, but they don't do that. They're running cover for the Fort Worth Police Department, which is one of the worst in the freaking country. And that same officer, Officer Matthew Kruger of Fort Worth, Texas Police Department, also pulled a gun on Manuel Mata for robbing a bank, holding up a convenience store, beating a little old lady with an acorn. No. He pulled a gun and arrested Manuel Mata for so-called jaywalking. Same officer that beat the living bejesus, as they say, of Carolina and Fort Worth. Continuing.
West 7th. Video of the incident circulating online. Here's Alicia Barrera.
Good evening. Councilman Chris Nettles, as well as several community members, are pushing for an executive session to happen, as today was the last meeting for city leaders. However, now they'll be back Friday to hear directly from police on what exactly happened Sunday.
Whoa. Stop the presses. You see how pathetic they are and how the government, the local government is. They want to hear directly from the police to find out what happened. These police officers will lie. You watch the video. It shows exactly what happened. Carolina broke no law, period. Police officer Matthew Kruger broke many laws, period. I'm saying this slowly for the really dense police officer, chief, and mayor, and whoever may not get this. So I'm talking real slowly so you can understand this. Make believe the guy didn't have a badge, a gun, and a uniform on. That he was just a regular person, a human, and did those same things to a woman simply asking questions because she was concerned cars were being towed and just asking why. And that it wasn't building community relations to tow all of these cars. So let's continue.
Good morning.
Carolyn Rodriguez showed up to...
Whoa, you hear that? The R's, Carolyn Rodriguez. And you're going to hear, she says that numerous times. If she spent more time on reporting the truth and less time on rolling her R's, she'd maybe do a story that actually had merit and would expose the truth to people. Hold on, we have a loud thing coming on here. Okay, there we go. Those coolers, they make a lot of sound there. But she'd do so much better if she just focused on sharing the truth and not running cover for a criminal, a violent attacker of a little tiny lady.
Fort Worth City Council chambers today, bruised and still in shock.
I want you to look at her face very clearly. Now, I know Carolina. We talked a few times. We don't know each other well yet, but I'm definitely going to get to know her more. I respect her work. And in fact, I'm going to be co-hosting a live tomorrow, which is going to be Saturday, in June 29th with Denver Metro Audits. And from what I understand, she asked me to co-host this live. In my conversations I've had with Carolina in Fort Worth, she's a wonderful woman. One of the sweetest women I have met in my life. She wouldn't hurt a fly, but she stands up and has courage to just video record and ask questions, which she has a right to do. But this is what the sadistic, soon to be in prison, soon to be ex-officer Matthew Kruger, inmate number 474366969, with Big Bubba for a roommate and not a lot of soap. That's what he did to a woman who did no crime. But he's still working regular duty. Now, they did take him off. Actually, they did take him off patrol, but he's still getting paid. He's working in some underground office somewhere. They're not acknowledging he did a major crime against her and against all of us.
Like, my arm is really sore, my back is really sore, my neck's really sore.
It was Sunday around 3 a.m. that she was streaming a live video on YouTube in the city's entertainment district.
And we're back. And we're back.
Make sure to subscribe to Carolina in Fort Worth on YouTube. Awesome channel.
Sorry about that.
Rodriguez says she frequently records police activity for her channel.
And all we do is we film the police while they're doing their duties, and just to make sure they're not violating anybody's rights.
During this occasion, things escalated after she asked police and a tow truck driver why they were towing away vehicles.
Now stop. What she said was so reasonable. She records police. She has a right to do that. But things escalated when she was asking questions about towing and so forth. See how they subtly throw her under the bus? She didn't escalate anything. That officer did. The other two female police officers who were there, they didn't escalate. That sadistic person, officer, soon-to-be ex-officer Matthew Kruger, he's the one, the violent attacker. Charles Manson would have loved to have him in the family.
They're saying, okay, we're going to tell this, we're going to tell that. Let's see. What are we going to do?
At some points, using profanity.
Whoa! See now how they throw her under the bus? At some point, she used her First Amendment. Little lady saying some profanity, whatever it is, at a cop, so what?
That's the spirit. I say up.
And
there we go. That's the mortal sin. So that made her wrong in the eyes of the press, of the mainstream media press. And I don't know what word she said there, but doesn't matter. First Amendment.
after she closely approaches two female officers.
Stop. Line number 74535 million there. She didn't closely approach them. She zoomed her camera in and she zooms it out.
How do you know?
She is far away from them. She's not close to them. This reporter is terrible. Feel free to contact her peacefully. And I never condone violence, always peacefully. In fact, don't bother contacting her. Contact the manager of that station. Tell her to boot her. Get her out of there. She is not protecting we the people. She's protecting we the assaulter of WOMEN. Violent.
They paid or not, ladies?
Look how far away she is.
Hey, ladies. Hey,
A male officer can be heard giving Rodriguez commands to go.
She did it again. Rodriguez. God, she got that right. Got to make sure she virtue signals to everyone that she's Hispanic. So she says, spend more time telling the truth, less time rolling your R's, lady.
On the other side of the street, telling her there's an investigation underway, but Rodriguez refuses.
Did they question, was there an investigation actually underway, really? Maybe there was, I don't know this for a fact. But as far as they know, they were towing cars that were parked, maybe they didn't pay their meter or something. They don't question what the police tell them. Therefore, they are enemies of the people, of we the people, because they are literally the propaganda arm of the police. This is a woman reporting against another woman who did nothing wrong, but she hasn't bothered to do her own research. And most mainstream media, they just take the police's word. Whatever the police say, that's it. And the victims deserved it, according to the mainstream media, even when many times they did not.
There's no investigation. There's no nothing.
You can go to the other side of the street. You're going to get arrested. I'm not warning you again.
She was arrested, taken to the hospital, and faces 4 charges.
But they missed something. They didn't show what actually happened. They have the video. And to me, it seems like when they show her face, that they're not doing it for her to feel sympathy toward her. They're doing it, it seems, to show she somehow deserved what she got. That's exactly what wife beaters and men who abuse women will say to them. They made them do it. But he gets away with it because he's got a badge and a gun and a uniform and a police unit.
I had a concussion. My shoulder was taken out of joint. My elbow was taken out of joint.
Councilman Chris Nettles pushing for
But she deserved it, right? And they're thinking, Here, we got one guy here, Chris Nettles, who has some sense. Here.
transparency from police after watching the nearly 7-minute video.
It was just completely alarming.
And while an internal investigation is underway at Fort
What a little soundbite. It was alarming. He had a whole bunch more to say. It was alarming. They gave him 3 words. I want to hear more what he has to say because he's one of the only councilmen I've heard who makes sense and wants to get to the bottom of this.
With PD, the department said the officers' duties have not changed.
Ooh, they haven't changed. After an egregious attack on an innocent woman.
Nettles, Rodriguez, and other community members.
There she does it again. Rodriguez. Good job rolling your R's.
Are demanding for body camera video to be released.
There's still a lot of answers that we want. This might give them a little push to do that.
And for another special meeting that allows for public comment.
Oh, I think it's important before we go and operate, let them come in.
Alicia Barrera, NBC5.
Whatever her name was. It's actually Alicia Moreda. I didn't even catch your name. That's the one reporting here, doing all the R stuff. But they're all in it together here. And this is just absolutely disgusting, ladies and gentlemen. What do you say? What do you take from that so-called journalistic fact-check story? Put it in the comments. Thank God for people like Carolina and Fort Worth and Denver Metro audits. And San Joaquin transparency. Brian, here's the deal. Showing Long Island audits. Accountability for all. Good guy activism. Constitution state. Full court press NB. And the list goes on and on and on. James Madison audits. There's so many. They don't just speak truth to power. They're a mirror as to the actions of bad officers. And if they catch on video an officer doing a good thing, I want that shown as well. One big good thing an officer can do is stop a bad police officer from doing a bad thing. And there were 2 female officers there with Officer Matthew Kruger. And did they stop Matthew Kruger? No. Not at all. And the moment that Officer Matthew Kruger did a crime, a vile LENT crime against Carolina and Fort Worth, is the moment he turned from being a police officer, just like that, into being a criminal. I'm Leroy Truth.